You're scrolling through Instagram and you see that guy. Luxury car, expensive watch, designer clothes, amazing apartment. And you think, that guy is rich. I wish I had that life. But let me tell you a secret. Most people only find out when it's too late. That guy is probably broke. Literally, living paycheck to paycheck, drowning in debt, faking a life he can't afford. Meanwhile, the actual millionaire is driving an 8-year-old Toyota, wearing a basic t-shirt, and nobody has any idea he has more money in the bank than the Instagram guy will earn in his entire lifetime. Today, we're talking about the real price of being rich in 2025. Not how much you need to look rich. That's easy. Just go into debt. But how much you actually need to be rich, for real. And why $1 million isn't enough anymore. If this helps you, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment telling me what financial decision you want me to break down next. Now let's get to the numbers, because the answer will surprise you. So how much do you need to be considered rich in 2025? According to Charles Schwab's 2025 Modern Wealth Survey, which interviewed over 2,000 Americans, the average answer is $2.3 million in net worth. That's actually down from last year, when it was $2.5 million. But here's the interesting part. 63% of people say it feels harder to reach that number than before. The reasons are inflation, high interest rates, and economic uncertainty. And there's more. Just to feel financially comfortable, not rich, just comfortable. Americans say you need $839,000. That's up from $778,000 last year. But wait. Those are the numbers people think they need. What do the real numbers show? According to the Federal Reserve, to be in the top 10% of wealthiest Americans, you need approximately $2.2 million in net worth. For the top 5%, around $3.7 million. And for the famous 1%, you need at least $11.6 million. So when someone says, I want to be rich, the question is, which level of rich? Because the difference between comfortable and top 1% is over $10 million. But here's the problem nobody talks about. Let's talk about the hidden cost that destroys more people than any other, the price of looking rich. Remember when $1 million was the magic number? If I had $1 million, I'd be set. Well, let me show you something. $1 million in 1990 equals $2.48 million in 2025. Inflation literally ate half the value. So if your grandfather told you $1 million is a lot of money, he was right. In 1990. Today, $1 million puts you in the top 10%, but it doesn't make you rich in the way most people imagine. And here's the kicker. If you had invested that $1 million in the S&P 500 in 1990, today you'd have approximately $38 million. So the real cost of not understanding money isn't losing $1,000 here and there. It's losing decades of compound growth. Now let's get to what really matters. How much does it actually cost to live like you're rich? Let me do the detailed math. Start with housing. The median home price in the U.S. is $413,000, but in neighborhoods considered wealthy, in San Francisco, you're looking at $1.2 to $1.5 million easy. Let's say you buy a $1.3 million home with 20% down. Your mortgage payment alone is around $7,000 per month. That's $84,000 per year just on the mortgage. Add property taxes of $15,000 to $20,000. Add maintenance and repairs at 1 to 2% of the home value, another $13,000 to $26,000. Your rich neighborhood house is costing you $110,000 to $130,000 per year, just the house. Now the car. A new BMW or Mercedes runs $60,000 to $80,000. Finance it over 84 months like most people do, and with interest, you're paying closer to $100,000 total. That's around $14,000 per year in payments. Add premium insurance at $3,000 to $4,000. Add maintenance on a German luxury car at $2,000 to $3,000 per year. You're at $20,000 per year minimum just for the car. And most rich-looking families have 2 nice cars, so double it. $40,000 per year on vehicles. Clothes, watches, and appearance. A luxury watch runs $5,000 to $15,000. Designer clothes, premium gym memberships, aesthetic treatments, the right haircut at the right salon. If you want to look the part, you're spending $15,000 to $25,000 per year easily. Kids' education. Private school in the U.S. costs $15,000 to $50,000 per year, per child. 2 kids in private school? That's $30,000 to $100,000 per year just on tuition. Now let's add it all up. Housing, $110,000 to $130,000. Cars, $40,000. Appearance, $20,000. Kids' school, $60,000 for 2 kids on average. That's $230,000 per year just on these 4 categories. We haven't even talked about vacations, dining out, club memberships, healthcare, or actually saving for retirement. When you factor in taxes, you need to earn around $350,000 to $400,000 per year just to maintain this lifestyle. Not to get ahead, not to build wealth, just to keep the machine running. And that's being conservative. This is why high earners feel broke. It's not because $400,000 isn't a lot of money. It's because the looking rich lifestyle is designed to consume every dollar you make, no matter how many dollars that is. Here's the most shocking data I found. According to a 2025 Goldman Sachs report, 41% of people earning between $300,000 and $500,000 per year say they're living paycheck to paycheck, and 40% of those earning more than $500,000 say the same thing. Listen that again. People making $500,000 a year broke. Why? Lifestyle creep. Every raise becomes a spending increase. Better car, bigger house, more expensive school, fancier vacations, and suddenly you're making $500,000 and can't save a single penny. The report calls this a financial vortex, where housing, childcare, and healthcare consume an ever-growing share of your paycheck, no matter how much you earn. The projection? By 2033, 55% of American workers will be living paycheck to paycheck, including those earning 6 figures. Let me tell you about 2 people. Michael is 52 years old. He drives a 9-year-old Toyota Camry he bought used. His house is modest, 3 bedrooms in a middle-class neighborhood. He wears basic t-shirts, has no luxury watch, and his vacations are camping trips with the family. If you saw Michael on the street, you'd think regular guy, maybe a store manager. Michael's net worth? $4.2 million. He owns a plumbing company he founded 25 years ago. Never tried to look rich. Every extra dollar was invested. He lives on less than 30% of his income. His favorite quote, "Wealth is what you don't see. It's the cars not bought, the clothes not worn, the houses you didn't live in." Michael represents what the book The Millionaire Next Door discovered. Most American millionaires don't look rich. They drive Toyota, Honda, and Ford, not BMW or Mercedes. They live in regular neighborhoods. And the #1 car brand among millionaires? Toyota. Jason is 38 years old. Brand new BMW X5. $2 million apartment in Miami. Designer clothes. Instagram full of trips to Dubai and the Maldives. Everyone thinks Jason is rich. He's a surgeon, makes $700,000 a year. Jason's net worth? Negative $180,000. The BMW is financed over 84 months. The apartment has a massive mortgage. The trips were on credit cards. He spends every penny he makes, and then some. Jason is what experts call a UAW, under-accumulator of wealth. High income, low net worth. He looks rich, but if he loses his job tomorrow, in 6 months, he's filing for bankruptcy. The phrase Jason said when he finally woke up, "I thought I was building a life. Turns out I was building a prison of debt with marble walls." Which one do you want to be? Both have cars, both have homes, but one has peace, the other has anxiety. The difference isn't how much they earn, it's what they do with what they earn. Look, I'm not here to tell you to never spend money. That's not the message. Spending money to look rich makes sense in some situations. It makes sense when you're already financially free. If you have 25 times your annual expenses invested, you can spend on luxury without guilt. If spending 5% of your net worth on a car doesn't change your life, go for it. It makes sense when the expense has real professional return. If you're a corporate lawyer and a $2,000 suit helps you close $1 million contracts, That's an investment, not an expense. It makes sense when it's a genuine priority for you. If cars have been your passion since childhood and you save on everything else to have a special car, that's a conscious choice, not a trap. And it makes sense when you can pay cash without impacting your goals. The golden rule is this: if you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it once. The problem is never spending itself. It's unconscious spending, from social pressure to impress people you don't even like. Now, when looking rich is a pure trap. It's a trap when you're financing your lifestyle. If you need loans or credit cards to keep up appearances, you're digging your own financial grave. It's a trap when you don't have an emergency fund. 37% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency. If that's you, any luxury spending is insanity. It's a trap when you're sacrificing retirement. Every dollar you spend to look rich today is a dollar that won't multiply over 20 or 30 years. It's a trap when you're competing with people you don't know. If you're spending to impress neighbors, co-workers, or Instagram followers, you're playing a game you can't win. And it's a trap when you feel anxiety about money. If every credit card statement gives you a knot in your stomach, your lifestyle is consuming you, not serving you. The most important red flag is this: if you need to look rich to feel good about yourself, the problem isn't financial, it's emotional. And no car or outfit will fix that. So let's get to what matters. How much do you really need to be rich in 2025? Depends on your definition. To be financially comfortable, you need a net worth of around $840,000 or passive income of around $33,000 per year using the 4% rule. To be in the top 10% of Americans, you need a net worth of around $2.2 million. To be in the top 5%, you need around $3.7 million. To be in the top 1%, you need at least $11.6 million. And for real financial freedom, where you never need to work again, you need 25 times your annual expenses invested. If you spend $80,000 per year, you need $2 million. If you spend $200,000, you need $5 million. But here's the truth nobody wants to hear. The number matters less than your habits. Michael, with $4 million and spending $60,000 per year, has 66 years of financial freedom. Jason, with $700,000 income and negative net worth, has 0 years of freedom. Rich isn't a number. Rich is the distance between what you earn, what you spend, and what you keep. Every financial decision is a trade-off. Spending money isn't wrong, it's unavoidable. The question is, are you spending consciously on things you truly value, or are you spending impulsively from social pressure or lack of information? Looking rich costs $230,000 to $350,000 per year in lifestyle, as I showed you. That's $19,000 to $29,000 per month, or $630 to $960 per day. That money invested for 20 years at 10% annual return becomes $13 to $20 million. If you prefer the BMW today instead of $15 million tomorrow, that's fine. It's your choice. But now you know the trade-off. If you prefer financial freedom at 50 instead of looking rich at 30, that's also a great choice. There's no universally right answer. There's your right answer. Look, I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money. I'm here to show you the real cost so you can decide if it's worth it to you. Knowledge is power, surprises are stress. Now you know that $2.3 million is what Americans consider wealthy in 2025. You know that $1 million in 1990 is worth $2.48 million today. You know that 41% of those earning $300,000 to $500,000 live paycheck to paycheck. You know that real millionaires drive Toyota, not BMW. And you know that the top 1% starts at $11.6 million in net worth. You know the difference between looking rich and being rich. You know lifestyle creep destroys more fortunes than any economic crisis. And you know financial freedom isn't about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep. The choice is yours, but now it's an informed choice. If this helped you, smash that like button. Subscribe for more real price breakdowns on everything from weddings to houses to college. Hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. And drop a comment. What should I price check next? What financial decision are you thinking about that you want the real numbers on? Thanks for watching. Make smart choices. See you next time.